So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, when it comes to being very watchable, Peter, I don't think you'll get much better than Vinicius Junior.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And we have our very first corner. Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Zanetti. Passing is crisp and sharp. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Adams. Quality ball. Over to the left. Milan applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Now, he's got space here. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. This is their second corner of the game. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Picked out brilliant. It's Alonso! In he goes again. Really well taken goal. And this is getting better and better. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Tries to pass it through. Messi! Busquets is there to clear.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well timed, excellent interception. Bellingham. Messi. Now it's Griezmann. And it's Zanetti. Can he get on the end of this? Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And the first 45 minutes are up. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Bangladesh certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing. Don't leave the door open for the opposition.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time. So off we go once more. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Great, there's the shot! It's bounced back off the post. Bellingham. Now it's Messi. And it's Bellingham. Adams cuts out the pass. Perez. Now there's a fine ball. Van Dijk is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And the through ball. And it's Van Basten. Tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Real chance! And that is wildly off target.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Gives it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Cannavaro is there, and he can get that clear. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass.
And this is Van Basten. Shoots! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And with that, he takes home the match ball. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Bellingham. To Messi. Messi, good purposeful running this. He's picked his way through. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Adams. Costa Curta. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Kessié. And here's the chance to counter. That's good running with the ball. And he's managed to get free.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Griezmann. Busquets. Baresi. No way through there. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Nicked it back promptly. Played out to the right. Xavi Alonso. Van Basten. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And he is going into that little black book. And the referee brings it to a close. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponent. Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. Van der Sar becomes the latest member of the 300 club. Another feather in his cap in what has become a fine career.
Well, Peter, it's remarkable.
It's Van Basten! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Messi. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Messi, looking to play him in, and that has been cut short. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Looking for options for movement. Now it's Messi. And that could set him on his way. And he's found Van Basten! It's loose, and there's a race for the... He's gone for goal! And he's managed to get rid. Passing is crisp and sharp. Crunching tackle. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Iniesta. Bellingham has a look and plays it forward. No goals as yet. Alonso. Now this could be a chance. And he shoots! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Not the most accurate pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Xavi Alonso. And smartly reclaimed. Now it's Griezmann. And this is Van Basten. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And this is Van Basten. Played with finesse. Messi is flagged offside. Plays a sharp little ball here. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And there's the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Solid. Very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end. But defensively, I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And the finish! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So, third corner of the game. Keeper's dealt with that. And he can clear it away. Van Dijk, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Bojan Krkić with the clearance. And it's Messi. Has a shot! Oh, it rattles the bar! Bojan gets it away. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Alonso. And still, we await the first breakthrough. And here's Van Basten. Howson is there to clear. Knocks it into space. And he cuts out the supply. Zanetti. Xavi Alonso. Can he get it through? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Rummenigge receives it in a good position here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Oh, that's a fine interception. Bellingham. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well timed, excellent interception.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He won't be happy with that one. Now that looks a decent ball. And he thumps it clear.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And it's Messi. Howson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. And we're done. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. So what do you take away from it all, Jim? So welcome to a day of high ambition, high aspiration and expectation. Just 1 point required, and a brighter future is in the bag. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle.
I'm sitting here wondering, Peter, what Roberto Donadoni's main role is going to be. One of Italy's greatest ever wingers. He can run and beat defenders. We've seen that all so often. And he can get from box to box if needed.
Yeah, well, he does have an shooting chance! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt. And here we are, early stages. He struck one and he looks hungry for more.
Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Donadoni. And it's Rodri. Foot in. And it's Griezmann. And this is Van Basten. Bellingham makes the intercept. Bellingham! And he's found the net! Oh, huge goal, massive goal. They hit the reset button and we're back where we were. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Bellingham, good chance here!
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
And it's Bellingham. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Now, can they get him away? Rodri.
Barcelona clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this.
Shapes to shoot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been knocked clear. Half an hour played now. And now a sudden chance to counter. Stood up well to him there. And the shot! Well, keep trying, and eventually it might come off.
Barcelona really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Corner number 2 then. Now what about this cross? And he's gone looking for safety. Beckenbauer. And Adams. Palmer. And here's... And Messi! And again the keeper stands strong. So, third corner of the game. Donadoni plays it short. And here's Donadoni, played in deep. Van der Sar deals with that nice and simple. And now they can spring out of defence. That is ended up in no man's land. White is one whose deliveries we all know about. Palmer. Xabi Alonso calmly anticipates. Griezmann. And it's Xabi Alonso. Messi. Messi! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Messi has...
And the whistle goes for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So your views on the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
So all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. So once again, we're underway. Bellingham has found the net here, of course. Messi. Good. He's having a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
He gets big. That's another chance. Kessié! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. White. Palmer. And Donadoni. And that's a throw-in. He's in a great position here. And that's been won straight back. Bellingham.
This is the time you need that pace.
And this is Van Basten. Oh, that's a fine interception. Bayer getting this one clear. Quality ball. And here's Van Basten. Kessié. Kessié! They just took too long getting forward.
Kessié cannot be that slow. And it took the sting out of the break and a big chance wasted.
This their second corner of the game. And that has been clubbed away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. No, he's not getting any further than that. And it's Messi. Messi. And Messi! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Beckenbauer. And it's Rodri. And Jordi Alba. Cantona. Pressure coming in from all directions. Just about up to 75 minutes. And he's on real chance! Goal! Barcelona! And they get themselves in front! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Barcelona go into the lead.
Bangladesh really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Well, it has been a very watchable, sometimes rather desperate contest. Understandable, one supposes, when considering what's at stake
Well,
here.
Peter, as you said, this is huge. Could do with more intensity and purpose, though, if they're looking to turn this around.
That is a great pick out.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Adams. White. Donatoni. And the number on the board is 3. Kessier.
That's good play from him.
Bellingham. That's that. The